Disney World annual passes are returning September 8th. Hello. Okay, so September 8th, Disney has just announced that they're going to have the annual passes return for a ridiculous amount of money. Now, it's always been expensive for us, anybody outside of Florida.
Yeah.
You're better to just hold it.
I wanted him to stand up, but he wanted.
The way Disney's doing it is pretty much how they did it before, right?
Yeah, originally they had tiers, and it was silver, gold, platinum, and platinum plus, I think is what they were.
Right.
And now they're
just calling it something
they're
different.
the same, but they're different.
Sorcerer Pass.
Disney Pixie Dust Pass, which I guess is the new Silver Pass. Disney Pirate Pass, which I guess is the new Gold Pass. Disney Sorcerer Pass, which actually, no, not that. Disney sorry.
We're trying to make it funny.
I'm trying to
and
figure
exciting.
it out. I think
it's not exciting once you hear the
think
last
the Pixie Dust Pass is, they used to have this pass called Weekday Select, where you could only go on the weekdays, not the weekends, and I think that's what that is. And then the Pirate Pass is the Silver Pass. The Sorcerer Pass was the Gold Pass, and the Disney Incredi Pass is the new Platinum Pass, and they no longer have the Platinum Plus Pass.
Right.
Which the Platinum Plus Pass was, you got the water parks included with your thing. But now they have it where any of the passes can add the water parks for $100 for the year. And they also made it to where none of the passes include Memory Maker anymore, which is the Photo Pass thing. And
yeah, so you got to pay an extra
$100
a year for that. So they're adding an extra thing. And when you really start adding up, the whole reason why I wanted to do this video is because it mostly for out-of-towners, people who go to Disney a lot. But if you don't live in Florida, the only pass that you can get is the most expensive one, which is $1,299. $1,200, huh?
Plus tax.
Plus tax. I mean, just put the IV in and start pumping the blood
But okay.
out.
So, really, that pass only went up a little bit. It didn't go up a lot from what it was, except you no longer get the Memory Maker, so I guess that cost
And it's gone up
there.
like an extra $200.
No, it was only like...
Wasn't it $1,100?
It was like $1,200, I think.
Okay.
I can't remember. It's been a while since we got a pass, but... yeah.
And because of the way things are right now, you know, I mean, and you know, knock on wood, things start coming for the better here, but I have put some thought into this over the last couple hours because I wasn't sure how I was going to talk about this on a video, but we don't really feel comfortable doing it because, for one, we don't know if we're going to really get our money's worth out of it.
So I was going to get a pass. I was going to upgrade my ticket, just my ticket, to an annual pass when we went, because we're getting ready to go next week. And I was going to upgrade my pass so that we would get the parking included, the pictures included, but no, have the merchandise discount, because I buy a lot of Disney stuff. I mean, obviously, it's everywhere. So, I mean, and those things, I was kind of waiting for them to release a new program to see whether the cost is going to benefit me to buy it or not. And now that they've taken the Memory Maker away,
that's a big chunk of money.
That's a lot of money. So I have to decide whether or not I'm going to spend or save, I guess, hundreds of dollars in merchandise savings to make it worth it.
Well, and real quick, we don't know what the future holds. And not knowing the future of what we're going to be able to do on our next trip. You know, we bought Universal annual passes because it was an amazing deal. Mm-hmm. An amazing deal. We got, 15 months?
15 months, and they were like four something a person.
Yeah. So and
$400 for 15 months.
right,
At
exactly.
Universal. So
and that includes parking,
yes.
merchandise
discount, dining
all
discount.
that stuff. And the phone is ringing.
Oh, please.
Take a quick break.
Hello.
So yeah, we were talking about Universal and how Universal's obviously they got it worked out for out of towners.
Well, Universal, the good thing about Universal is that they have tiered passes too, but anybody can buy them. They're not only
For
only
Florida
if you
residents.
are Florida resident, and that's good. So if you didn't care and you were only going to Universal, times where your passes or where, not blackout times, and you didn't care that you had those blackout days like us. Like, we wouldn't be going during Christmas time or any of those holidays, so we wouldn't care if we had blackout dates. So you could buy that pass if you wanted to, which is awesome, but at Disney you can't do that unless you're a Florida resident.
Now, and that's one thing I think that's kind of always bothered me. Wouldn't it be smart for Disney to offer these kind of passes to out-of-towners? They're not busy right now. And as much as I don't want to jinx us, we're leaving in a week to go. And I'll tell you what, I am super excited. Because we've been watching a lot of other YouTubers. And the parks there's been no lines. Nobody's there. And it's like for Disney for Disney to not come out with a pass for people like us, that would go a lot more if we could afford the pass.
Well, it's weird because Disneyland came out with their passes a week or so ago. I don't even know when it was. And they have tiers, but anybody can buy those. So I don't understand the logic between why anybody can buy the different tiers in Disneyland, but you can't at Disney World.
They know that people will pay the price for Disney World because of how big it is. California, Disneyland, California Adventure are very small parks. And they're not as popular.
But they're counting on local traffic more at Disneyland than Disney World is.
That's
and
how
I
it's
don't know
always been.
if that's why they offer those perks for Florida residents to entice them to come more. Because, Disney World is probably mostly tourists and international guests and
but
things
now,
like that.
right now, we don't have
can't.
international guests.
Yeah.
And it's like, so, I don't know. It's
I think it's just because those passes have to be paid for up front, so that's guaranteed money immediately for them versus having to wait each month to get money from each of those pass holders.
Well, and I think part of it too is they know that if you spend $400 on a pass and you're a Florida resident, you're going to come a lot more. And the thing is that they probably have it worked out for like people like us. It's like, well, if they come one time and they can't make their next trip, we got their $1,300. And I know that's a real bad way to look at it, but I'm sure that that's the way they're looking at it. Because of all the money that they probably make off of people who live in Florida, I don't know. I don't know how they justify it, really.
Yeah,
For
I don't
people
know
like
what
us
their
who
reasoning. There's got to be some kind of reasoning or statistics or something behind why they do the passes, because they've always done it that way in Florida. It's always been
a
you
lot
have
more
to
for out of state.
buy the most expensive or one of the most expensive passes and pay for it all up front.
Let us know down in the comments if you have any ideas on why this is this way. We always like to hear from you guys. We know we have a lot of Disney fans that follow our channel. Let us know down in the comments, do you live in Florida? If you don't, do you have any reasoning of why they might charge so much for this? And I know a lot of you are probably going to say, because it's Disney and they can charge whatever they want and stuff like that. That's not really what we want to hear. We kind of want to hear like different reasonings.
Well, like even people that live in Florida, if they want the highest pass, it's still the same price.
Right.
The only thing is that they can make payments every month.
Yeah.
Versus having to pay all up front.
I don't understand. Like if we lived in Florida, I don't think we would. Okay, so we're YouTubers. We're here for your entertainment. So if we lived in Florida, we probably would get the expensive pass, because then we wouldn't be limited, because I would want to film the holidays.
there's
I
no
would want
blackout
to
days
film
or
all
any
the
of
stuff
that,
down
yeah.
there for you guys. And yeah, no blackout dates or anything like that. So that would be a different story if we lived down there. Plus, we'd be able to pay it off monthly. Having to come up with $1,300 out of your pocket at any time is not easy.
Per person.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of money, and we were trying to figure out how we could get her a pass, because we both wouldn't get one. We would just get one so that we would get the free parking. 20% off on all the merchandise is a good deal if you're planning on buying a lot of stuff, which she does buy a lot of stuff. And a lot of restaurants, I think you get, what, 10%?
Yeah, 10 or
Some
15,
restaurants you
something.
get 10 or
I don't remember what it
15%
is.
off. And if you're the big Disney goer, it may be something for you. I was just talking with a friend who doesn't really think it's a bad price, because they go 3 or 4 times a year.
Well, I mean, and that's the thing. If we were gonna go another time before it expired, because like if I were to get one, it would start the very first day our ticket starts, which is September 13th. So that pass is going to expire September 13th of next year if I were to upgrade.
Right.
And that's going to mean that I would have to renew it for our trip, because we always go for
Right around Labor
for
Day.
our anniversary and my birthday. And we would have to make another trip before that, I feel, to make it worth the price. But if we live there, I mean, I did the math and I like divided it out, and it comes to like $3.50 or $3 something a day to go to Disney.
$3.
Which is like, when you say it that way, it's like, okay, I'll pay $3 to go to Disney World. Like, I'm not gonna get Starbucks today. I'm gonna go to Disney World. Like,
Right.
you know, when you say it that way, that's awesome. But
Yeah.
that's also assuming that you're close enough to go a lot of days. Now, I never did do the math to figure out what the break-even day is, because it used to be like 15 days or 20 days or something like that in a year to get your money's worth.
Right.
But I don't know
And
what
if we
that
went that
is,
much,
so.
it would definitely be worth it. But we run into that thing of, you know, we don't know what things are going to be in the future here. And it really makes it hard. We got a great deal through Undercover Tourist. We got our 7-day tickets. 7 days for $4.50 a piece.
I don't know, something like that.
Something like that. But I mean, that's equivalent. Like, if you were to just go to Disney per day per park, I mean, that's 4 days worth of the park trips that we're getting 7 out of. So we're basically getting 3 free days, and you know, that's a good deal for us. We still got a lot of math to do. We'll have to figure it out, and that's the thing. It's like, we don't want to plan an extra year in advance when we don't know what's going to be going on.
Well, and I think that's what made it easier in the past, why we had a pass, because we knew we were going to be coming back, like when our cousins were getting married or something. In that next spring or summer, we were able to use it 2 times.
We got
our money's worth
right.
because we were able to use it twice. So it worked out a lot better that way. And I don't know, I feel like not having the memory maker thing kind of stinks, but in that aspect, you really only need to add it to one person's pass. So you would really only need to spend the $99 or whatever,
and it's still
for one pass.
It's still a deal.
It is a deal because
it's
like
$200 for the memory
It's $160 something if you buy it in advance.
Yeah. So
for your trip. And
For-
that's
yeah,
just for
just
your
your
trip.
trip.
So if you're only there for 2 days, it's $160. If
Yeah.
you're there for 15 days, it's $160.
Right, right.
Or if you have an annual pass, you can pay $99 to have it for your entire pass. So, and the other thing that kind of stinks, sorry. The other thing that kind of stinks is the new Genie Plus thing that's coming up. They haven't said anything about what that's going to do with annual pass holders. So I don't know if they're going to get a discount, if they're going to get anything, if they're going to get like advanced time to purchase, like the extra lightning lanes or whatever. So that's kind of a...
It's happening. All this stuff is happening all at once.
Yeah.
Disney is pushing all this right now because the 50th anniversary is coming up, and they're wanting to get all this stuff out here, which I understand. It's going to be a big event for them. They lost a lot of money last year. Everybody did. You know, and it's something that is just going to take some time. I don't feel comfortable upgrading to an annual pass when I don't know if we're going to be able to make it back by the time to make it worth it. We could plan a spring trip, but the way I look at it is that if something happens, what if spring? And we may do another video on the Genie Plus thing. I didn't really want to.
Well, I was just saying, because that isn't even out yet, so
A
nobody
lot of
even
people
knows.
probably don't even know what it is.
Well, nobody even knows what the that's the new thing that's replacing FastPass.
Yeah, it's like
But
the fast line.
nobody knows how
into the
much
fast
any
line.
of like the extra stuff or any of that stuff's going to cost yet.
Yeah.
So I was just saying, like in reference to that, like you don't get any benefit for for having an annual pass.
Yeah, and we don't know
Yes.
how that would even work. I feel like they're still. I feel like they're just kind of figuring out how it's working. Like they're testing the
they're
waters and.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand why they took the memory maker away. Like, even if they just left it on the highest tier pass. I don't understand that at all, because that literally costs them nothing to do.
Yeah,
like,
and you're
nothing to
charging.
do.
They're
It's
charging a
digital
lot of money
content
not
and
to have that.
So,
But let's real quick because we didn't want to make this a huge.
I
thing.
can't help it. I get talking.
I know we get talking about Disney and it gets crazy. Plus, this just dropped today, so it's like we want to make sure that we get the news out to you guys. For those of you who follow our channel, we have a lot of Disney goers, and do the math. If there's anything that I could say, do the math. If you're going to go a couple times in a year, then yes, the annual pass it may be worth it.
And if you're a Florida resident or a DVC member, there's different options for you. Like, you guys get to choose the different rates or the different levels.
Yeah, we didn't mention DVC.
Unfortunately, we don't. So we have to choose the top level if we're going to get one. So that's just the way it is, because we're not that. But yeah, DVC, I think there's like one pass that's for them.
But it's a lot cheaper. It's like $700. And there's
but that one did go up more too, so those people are kind of upset about it. But.
Well, and the thing is that it's all gone up.
Everything's
and we knew
gone
it
up.
was going to go up. We knew this was going to happen. We didn't think that they would take away stuff too. Yeah. It's like not only are you raising the rent, but you're taking away stuff. I don't like that. It's like when the resorts all started charging you for the parking and all that stuff. That is one thing that really still gets me to this day, because we said, well, why didn't you just raise the room? You know, okay, so you raise the price on, put it in the price of everything.
Then nobody would have any beef with it.
It's like now when you're at a resort, it's like, and this is only for out of towners like us, but you know, it's like when it's all said and done, you've paid your price and everything else. Like, okay, that'll be $240 something for parking. Like, it's just like a slap in the face. It's like, man, I just gave you a fortune, and now you're charging us all this extra money. Which really, you could have done that anyway and just added in the price. Anyway, we're just going on and on.
It should have been, they shouldn't have taken the photo pass away. Like, that's the one thing that really is stupid, and I don't know why they did that.
And they're going to get a lot of backlash.
I'd like to know why they did that, because that's dumb. I mean, really dumb. I know that they're trying to make money, and that's what everybody's saying, because they're recouping money from whatever, and that may be true.
But they could have just said $1,400. When you're paying $1,300, what's another $100?
Yeah,
it's like the only way you're gonna do the $1,300 ticket or pass is if you're gonna be going back, right? Because if you're not going back, if you're only gonna use it one time, and if you only go, let's say 10 days, so if you go 10 days. Well, you're still not getting your money's worth. You could have got a better ticket package online, like for just tickets.
Well, it's like I was saying, you have to, unfortunately, you have to add and subtract and do all that kind of stuff, because, yeah, you're going to the parks for 10 days, but if you don't have a pass, you have to pay $25 a day to park. So that's how much money? $250? Just for parking for that 10-day trip.
Parking is $20 a day.
So if you're,
unless that's gone up.
If you're paying for your parking, plus you're paying, once you start subtracting those things out, then it makes it more reasonable for the cost of an annual pass.
You do have to figure out all the little things, like how much money you're going to be spending in the parks. Keep in mind that all the quick service, all the real meals that you're going to be getting in the parks you do not get a discount on that stuff. You
Nope.
do not get a discount on churros, Mickey pretzels,
I think you
Pops.
do at like certain places because I remember
You
when
really got to look, and you got to ask
everybody.
everywhere. Ask everybody.
Because I randomly got, it was a Powerade, I think, at a cart one time.
Yeah, and saved,
I randomly asked her if she did it, and she was like, "Yeah, we do it." And
she may not have even really been supposed to do it.
So I don't know.
So we don't know.
It's a luck of the draw thing.
Right,
I mean, with food, at least. Anything that you buy in a store, you get your discount.
Yeah, 20%. I am glad that they've stuck to that because it does, when you buy a lot of stuff, you're buying a lot of toys, stuff, we get a lot of stuff for family, a lot of stuff for us. 20% is 20%.
And it might make it worth it for me, honestly, and I don't like to say that because that shows how much money I spend down there, but seriously, I save my money all year long to go to Disney World. That's my happy time, that's my enjoyment, and that's what I like to do. So I don't care that I go down there and spend an enormous amount of money on things that I like to enjoy in my home the rest of the year. So in theory, it probably would be worth it for me because of how much money I do actually spend down there. So, it's just something that we have to think about. And I may talk to him when we get down there and go to Disney Springs and just see how much is it going to cost me if I were to upgrade. And then benefit out how much we're going to have to pay for parking and how much I would save. So, it's just kind of
And if we do that, that will entice us to maybe go back for an extra trip, maybe for a quick week. Of course, we'd probably have to fly for that. We're driving on this trip, so.
The only thing I don't know for sure is, because with the new passes, it used to be you could only have 3 park reservations at a time, but now you can have 5 with the top tier. You can have 5 park reservations. So I don't know what that would do for me since I already have 7 days planned. Are they going to make me cancel 2 if I were to upgrade and then only have 5, and then once I use one, get another one, and then use one and get another one?
This is exactly what they want to do.
That's what
they want to confuse the heck out of you, so that you don't really know what to do and you end up just buying the pass.
Well, that's what I don't know, because that would stink if I could, if I can only do it that way. But then if I
they
wanted
would have to honor our reservations for this trip.
But I don't know if they would. That's what I don't know.
And if they
That's
don't,
something that I would have to ask them. So I don't know. It's weird and it's silly that Disneyland and Disney World are so different. And I don't know if they've always been that way. I never really looked into Disneyland that much. Just they've been in the news a lot lately. Because at Disneyland, you only get the 20% discount on the highest pass.
Mm-hmm.
The lower you go, it goes 20, 10, and then the 2 lowest ones, I don't think you get any merchandise. And then parking too, you don't get parking included.
Yeah.
So it's crazy how they're so different between the 2 coasts, and I don't know if that just has something to do with the dynamics of who comes to the parks. I don't know, but
real quick before we end it here, I did want to mention that she was talking about if you have now say you've already planned your Disney trip, okay, you've got your tickets, you got your package, you paid so much for it. So if you are wanting to upgrade to an annual pass, you just have to, because a lot of people don't know this. I've had a couple people ask me questions about this. You don't have to buy a pass and then use up your tickets.
No,
Go ahead. No, you tell it.
You would basically pay the difference in the cost of whatever
over your
ticket you paid,
right, to
the difference of whatever pass you're going to get.
So if you spent $500, then $1,300 minus $500 is $800. So you would pay. Oh yeah, boy, the math.
You should have made it a lot easier.
I know, right? But that's what you would do if you had a ticket package for 4 days for $500.
Yeah, you would just pay the difference in between whatever passes that you have.
So then you.
So that's nice that you can apply your ticket to that. So
at any time. At any time, they will honor that.
Oh, I do remember. There was something I was gonna say before. They claim that they're selling limited annual passes. I don't know if that is just a scheme to get people to buy annual passes as soon as they come out, or what their thinking is, but that's what they're saying, is that they're limiting the amount of passes that they sell.
Maybe in Florida, not outside Florida. They're not limiting $1,300 passes.
I don't know. But I'm just saying.
Yeah. They may be limiting Florida, but I don't. Anyway, we've gone on and on here. but it's something that we're passionate about. We're leaving next week. Zippity doo dah. We are going to be taking you guys with us. It's going to be a blast. We're going to have a lot of fun. Thank you so much for watching the video. Yeah, don't let our conversation here sway you from look into it yourself, do the math, figure out if it's worth it to you, because we don't want to say don't buy a pass, because we've been pass holders, and it's amazing.
And we may still
it is
be a
awesome.
pass holder.
We saved a fortune
I
with
may
that
still
pass.
become one. It just
So it
depends.
may happen. We're going to have to do some more math. We'll let you know. With all that being said, we are out. And always remember that the adventure
is out there. Bye.